Good day, everyone. Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. Here are today's headlines. Minister Barry Padarath and Saddam Hussein inspected over 200 school repair projects nationwide to guarantee safe, fully operational classrooms for September. Police ramp up anti-crime operations during the prolonged and controversial waste of time SOE. Prime Minister, I really do support the police force as long as you mandate body cameras. But as SOE needs to stop. You cannot continue to govern a nation via an SOE. You are trampling upon citizens' constitutional rights. You cannot fight crime using an SOE. In Antigua, 2 teenagers remain remanded over the West bus station shooting. Internationally, UK inflation cooled to 3.4%, while the UK addresses severe heat waves following yesterday's rare solar eclipse. Stay tuned, of course, for the full news report up next. Ministers inspect nationwide school repairs ahead of new academic year. Public Utilities Minister Barry Padarath and Land and Legal Affairs Minister Saddam Hussein conducted a series of site visits to assess ongoing infrastructure works at public schools across the nation. Let's just hope that you all really get, you all ensure that these schools are prepared, because the media will hold you accountable, and rightfully so, and citizens as well, teachers and so forth. The inspections were organized to monitor progress ahead of the official reopening of the academic year in September, ensuring facilities meet safety and quality standards before students return to classrooms. The nationwide maintenance initiative encompasses major structural and infrastructure upgrades at over 200 primary and secondary schools. So what are you all doing about the schools that were abandoned by PNM for 10 years? The Mighty Morphin Ghanaian Coalpot Bicycle, no macaroni pie, no ham, whole strain, win off the government, tighten your belt PNM. They abandoned those schools. Can they be renovated? Execution of the project is being managed by the National Maintenance Training and Security Company Limited, MTS, operating under the purview of the Ministry of Public Utilities. Works currently being completed include electrical maintenance, plumbing upgrades, roof restoration, and general sanitation improvements. During the walkthroughs, officials reviewed project timelines and conferred with on-site project managers to ensure work remains on schedule. The joint ministerial effort underscores the government's focus on completing key structural repairs during the July-August vacation period, and the vacation nearly over, ensuring clean, secure, and fully operational learning environments for students and teachers next month, God's willing. In other local news, law enforcement officers intensified nationwide anti-crime operations over the past 24 hours. But you can do that without a SOE, Kamala and Roger Alexander and Alistair Guevara. Seizing several illegal firearms, ammunition, and narcotics while making multiple arrests across high-risk districts. Police executives assured the public that joint security patrols and community posts will remain active across both islands to curb violent crime and maintain public safety as the month progresses. And that's why I keep saying, this is a better idea. It's not the best solution. And Gary Griffith really does have a lot of good ideas that you all need to implement as well. And fire this Roger Alexander, the man is a waste of time. But the police post, yeah, that's a good idea. But what you need to stop doing is imposing the state of emergency. You are hearing it from advisors around the world now, even from America, saying you cannot govern a nation and you cannot fight an ongoing, a long-term issue like crime via an SOE. Prime Minister Kamala Prasad says, stop this. You are destroying the reputation of the United National Congress. We need to rebuild it before 2030. Otherwise, there's no hope for this party.
Weather forecast for Trinidad and Tobago on Thursday, August 13, 2026. Trinidad and Tobago can expect variably cloudy, hazy, and breezy conditions with intermittent showers over some areas. There is a medium to high chance of a few heavy showers or thunderstorms developing by late morning to afternoon. Seas will be moderate with open wave heights from 1.25 to 2.0 meters and below 1.0 meter in sheltered areas. The forecast maximum temperature is 32 degrees Celsius in Trinidad and 31 degrees Celsius in Tobago, while the minimum temperature overnight will be 24 degrees Celsius in Trinidad and 25 degrees Celsius in Tobago. Winds will blow from the east-northeast to east at speeds ranging from 15 to 30 kilometers per hour. A moderate concentration of Saharan dust is present in the atmosphere, so sensitive individuals should take the necessary precautions. Gusty winds and street or flash flooding may occur near heavy showers or thunderstorms.
Regional news now. 2 young men charged in connection with a violent shooting at the West Bus Station in St. John's, Antigua. Crime on those small islands too, eh? Hey, but that's the world we living in, boy. But I tell you, gang culture has spread throughout the Caribbean too. I'm not saying they didn't have crime all the time on those islands, but still. So, were formally remanded to Her Majesty's prison on Wednesday, August 12th, following the initial court appearance before Chief Magistrate Nayo Emmanuel. The accused 19-year-old Kajoni De Freitas and 18-year-old Royley Richards face joint charges of shooting with intent to murder and using a firearm in furtherance of an offense stemming from the August 6th incident that left 3 people wounded. That should result in life sentence, people. Anyhow, with 2 of the victims still recovering in the hospital under stable conditions, judicial authorities confirmed the matter has been adjourned until October 7th for case management as investigators finalize evidence for trial. Let them stay in jail for the rest of their life. Simple as that. International news now. Economic and domestic policy developments took center stage across the United States on Wednesday, August 12th, as newly released economic indicators showed consumer inflation cooling to 3.4% in July, providing welcome relief to working families and underscoring the benefits of fiscal restraint. That's what the Democrats said it couldn't be done. Anyhow. At the same time, federal agencies reaffirmed commitments to public safety and border accountability following recent reports highlighting a continued national decline in violent crime and stricter visa enforcement measures. As I said, I think the conservatives are a little too extreme when it pertains to immigration and so forth. The criminals, yes, send them back to their countries. But other than that, you're not really showing sufficient compassion from a Christian perspective when it pertains to the rest of the migrants. Meanwhile, in response to severe summer storms that triggered power outages across parts of the Midwest, energy and infrastructure leaders emphasized the urgent need to expand domestic power production, cut regulatory delays, and modernize grid capacity to protect American communities from supply disruptions and secure long-term economic stability. You will never imagine that it will have those kind of blackouts in a first world nation like America. But they are due to storms and so forth. Environmental health and astronomical headlines commanded national attention across the UK on Wednesday as emergency government officials convened a committee meeting to coordinate responses to a prolonged heat wave. We feeling that heat wave all in Trinidad and around the Caribbean. And I've had people making memes about Trinidad taking a vacation on the sun. Maybe England on the sun too. Or maybe we in England. Who knows? But anyhow, widespread drought conditions and active wildfires threatening rural areas. Amid the weather challenges, NHS England reported encouraging progress in public health, confirming that over 12,000 young adults have received free meningitis vaccinations in the first month of a major rollout aimed at protecting students before the upcoming autumn academic term. People who know me personally will know what I think about that. But anyhow, I shall not say it here. Meanwhile, millions of sky watchers across the country prepared for a rare celestial doubleheader as a deep partial solar eclipse, the most significant visible in Britain since 1999, obscured up to 95% of the sun yesterday evening. I would have loved to see that, setting the stage for the peak of the annual Perseid meteor shower overnight. Wow. Well, I don't think any of us here in Trinidad and Tobago saw anything like that. But nevertheless, that sounds quite interesting.
Psalm 35, 13-17. Yet when they were sick, I put on sackcloth and humbled myself with fasting, praying for them with a bowed head as if mourning for a friend or a brother, grieving deeply as one who mourns for his own mother. But when I stumbled, they gathered together in glee, organizing hidden attacks against me and slandering me without ceasing. Like ungodly mockers at a feast, they sneered at me and gnashed their teeth in anger. How long, Lord, will you just look on? Rescue my precious life from their attacks and save me from these lions.
I rejoice in the Lord's salvation. He rescues the helpless from the strong, even when enemies repay my good with evil and false accusations. I prayed and mourned for them when they were sick. Lord, rescue me from my enemies. Lord, I am not worthy to have you under my roof. Just speak, and my servant will be healed. No one in Israel has such faith. Are you really the Messiah, or should we keep waiting? Go tell John what you've seen. The blind see, the dead live, and the poor hear good news.
Folks, that brings us to the end of today's headline news. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay blessed and stay safe most of all. In Jesus' name.